And here we go. What's up, everybody? It's me. It's the Batfan. I'm back for week 6 of NFL football. I have my college picks today also. Gonna go through the who's on the buys. Buys this week are picks Pittsburgh Steelers and the Packers. Both teams need this buy. They are trying to get healthy, the both of them. Steelers need to work on their offense, obviously during this break, get a little better. Last night we had Denver versus Kansas City. Kansas City won 19-8. It was a boring game. Kelsey went off. I think he had over 100 yards in the first half. He had a great game. Denver, it's a team that's in a rebuild. These aren't Peyton's players. That offensive line is so leaky. It's terrible. Russ didn't look very good last night, but what can you say? They lost. It was a snooze fest. The under, it seems like the under is hitting in almost every NFL game. I did take the Chiefs. I took them -3. So, thank you. I almost didn't put money on the game, but then I was like, you know what? Let me put a little something on this game because I didn't know what it was going to be. It's a short week. I didn't know if Kelsey was going to play. Uh, you know, and I'm getting tired of seeing that person that shall not be named every 5 minutes during a football game. Okay, we get it. She's at the game. No one fucking cares. All right. The first game of the weekend, we have the Ravens at the Titans. Ravens versus the Titans. They're not at the Titans because they're in London. That game's going to be at 9:30. I like the Ravens with the -4 for this game. The Titans just lost to the Chiefs and they got out. I mean, lost to the Colts. Sorry, they lost to the Colts. They got out muscled. The Ravens should be getting back some key defensive players. I see them rolling. I'm going to take them with the straight for -4. It could be a snooze fest, though. I like to know, are the teams in? I think they all went to London yesterday. So, there's no advantage of who was there longer. Like last week, how Jacksonville was in London for 2 weeks. They were already acclimated. So both these teams are not going to be acclimated. So we'll see who has the better endurance. I feel like the Ravens' speed on offense, because they have a lot of speed on offense, is going to get the Titans tired by the fourth quarter. They might actually pull away. This might be a blowout. The 49ers versus the Browns. It's in Cleveland. I'm taking the 49ers, man. The Browns, is Watson playing? Who knows, right? And right now, the 49ers, they're a machine. They are a machine. They're killing the game. They are doing their thing. So, but when I took this pick, just because it's the NFL and I hate like big spreads of like 14, 15, because this is the NFL. Games can get closer than you think they're going to be. So I bought down the points to -6.5 and I took the Niners. The Washington Redskins are playing the Falcons in Atlanta. I think the Redskins are going to win. They got a great defensive line. They're going to make Ritter pass. I don't believe in Ritter. Still, even though he had a good game last week, good cheerio for you. You still suck. You're not the quarterback of the future for Atlanta. When they find him or they pick somebody up in free agency, Atlanta will be a pretty good team. I just right now they're bottom of the barrel in the NFL to me, and I think Washington has a lot of good things going for them. So I'm going Washington. They're an underdog in this game. They're +2.5. I'm taking them money line straight up. The Panthers versus Miami. This is another one of my lock picks of the week. I'm taking Miami. The Panthers fucking suck. Frank Reich, I don't understand how this guy keeps getting coaching jobs. He just makes everything look ugly, bro. Young, I just think he's not. He was a great college quarterback. He's never going to get to the tier he was in college in the pros. He's too undersized. He he makes he makes the same bad decisions every week. He holds the ball too long. He's scrambling around, and you think he's looking to throw the ball downfield, but it just seems like he takes too many sacks. And that's for how small he is. You definitely don't want him taking too many sacks. So I'm going to take Miami. I also bought down these points to -6.5, just because I don't like. I think it's -14.5. That's a lot of fucking points in the NFL to win by. Like when you win by 10 points in NFL, people are like, that was a blowout. So -14.5, and teams seem to throttle it down in the third and fourth quarter, and things happen. So we got the Vikings versus the Bears. This could be an upset. I'm not putting any money on this game because both teams' defense suck. So it could come down to who has the ball last. The spread is basically a pick-em game anyway. I'm not touching it. I'm leaving that out of any parlay that I'm having this week. We got the Saints versus the Texans. The Saints are favorite by 1.5. I'm taking the Texans I actually bought the points up to 3.5. I think if the Texans lose, it's just going to be by a field goal. And that half point, make me win money. What? Fuck that. Derek Carr sucks. This guy robs every organization he plays for money. He's got stats, yes, whatever, but he just is not a winner. I don't know what's wrong with him. He just can't win. So, the Saints need to win this game to stay with the Bucks, and I just don't. I think all the pressure in the world's on the Saints. They're on a must win almost every week. And the Texans are playing loose. You can see, like, no one expects them to be good. They're playing loose. They're playing fast. They're enjoying playing football. Even when they lost last week, they still looked good. So I'm taking the Texans. You don't have to take them. I'm going to take them as a standalone game. I'm not putting them in a parlay. I'll put some money on that on the standalone. Seattle versus Cincinnati. Seattle's the underdog. I don't know why. Cincinnati beat the Bengals last week. Is Cincinnati back? I don't know. The Seattle defense is built to bend and not break. They don't mind you getting to the red zone as long as you kick field goals. I'm taking Seattle plus 7.5. I bought up the points. I would take them money line, but anything can happen. Geno could get hurt. Something can happen in the first half. So I don't think if Cincinnati can win, they're not going to win by more than 6. But I think Seattle, personally, in my head, I think Seattle's going to win outright. The Pats versus the Raiders. That's the next game on the slate. The Pats have to win. That's it. The Pats have to win. They got their asses whipped 2 weeks in a row to not even high competition. I think the Raiders, they suck. The Pats have to win. This is a game they have to win. They have to win. I'm not putting any money in the game, but it's in it's in Las Vegas. Damn. I keep forgetting about the Raiders in Vegas. But the Pats, they have to win. This is like the Pats Super Bowl. Bill's got to get those boys up to play because I just don't see. I just don't see them going. I mean, can they go 1-16 this year? The Pats, they got to win this game. I know people are like, oh, they should tank and get a good draft pick. That is not in Bill's fucking mind thought. He wants to win. He hates answering questions about losing. They got to win. And if the Pat players lose again, I feel really bad for them because Bill is going to go off. The Lions versus the Bucks. This is like the game to see who's a real contender and who's pretending. This game, I'm happy it's a 4:00 game. It's going to be a good game. I'm not putting any money because it's the Bucks. I don't put money on the Bucks. but I will be watching that game. I'm so happy it's a 4 o'clock game. Thank you, Jesus. We got the Cards versus the Rams. This is for that game right there is for the bottom of the division of the NFC West. Excuse me, sorry. Let's be for real. The Rams are not a good team. They stink. All right. Cooper Kupp is back, so he's gonna get the ball 95,000 times on those quick slants. But in the red zone, their wide receivers are undersized. They can't run the ball. Their defense is super suspect. The Cardinals, they have speed at wide receivers. They have literally a scientist as quarterback. I don't know if Connor's going to be playing. I'm not touching this game. And if I were you, I wouldn't touch this game. But both of these teams are the worst teams in the division. No, not one of these teams is going to make the playoffs. I know there's a lot of money, like cap money, on the Rams, so they really don't have any money to get any improvement. And the Cards, they need a real. I mean, I know Kyler Murray is out, but they need a real quarterback. They need some real good size wide receivers, but they don't have any of that. And their defense, can you name anybody on their defense? Probably not. All right, so that's the Sunday day games. The night game is, oh God, it's the Eagles versus the Jets. I think the Jets are only a positive 7 underdog. You get 7 points. I'm taking the Eagles with the points. That I usually wait to give you my Sunday night pick. Nope, that's my lock pick of the week. The Eagles are gonna win by like probably 13 points, but I'm going with the regular spread because I'm a coward sometimes. So I'm gonna take the Eagles to beat the Jets. They're gonna mollywop the Jets. They have their defensive line is so naughty, and that offensive line of the Jets is so bad. And then, oh no, that's not the night game. That's a day game. All right, well I'll be watching that during the day. I'm taking the Eagles -7. Damn, that's going the same time as the Bucks. Oh well. Now the night game is the Giants versus the Bills. I'm taking the Bills with -9.5. This is a get back game for the Bills. The Bills gotta win, and the Giants. Tyrod's gonna be up. Maybe Tyrod runs the offense better, but we'll see. I just think that the Giants really need some improvement going on. The Monday night game is the Dallas Chargers. I'm not gonna give my pick on that. I'm gonna go wait for Monday night to give you guys that pick. I will be doing a show Monday. This weekend I will not be doing any shows. But I will be giving you guys my college lock pick. So this is the 3-headed, and it's at 12 o'clock, so you get your money before the next games if you want to gamble some. This is my 3-headed pick for my college, which I'm killing this year in my picks. I'm going Alabama -6.5 over Arkansas. I'm going Florida State -12.5 over Syracuse. And I'm going Ohio State 13.5 over Purdue. These are my lock picks for college football. These are going to hit. You'll be like, all right, thank you. Put that in. That's my parlay. Not going to miss pick college football. And if you're in states that you can gamble on college football yardage, I would definitely go Travis for Florida State over 225 yards. And I will go with Marvin Harrison Jr. over 60 yards receiving. Throw that in the parlay. If you're in a state that you're able to do that because Florida State's gonna air it out. They want to move higher in the rankings, so they gotta squash Syracuse, and Ohio State wants to squash Purdue. So that's gonna be, Harrison wants to show out. He needs to show out. Yeah, it's gonna be good games. not good games. These are all gonna be blowouts. Don't get it twisted. These teams are gonna blow these teams out. But these are my guaranteed pick money line. Exactly how I say it is how you put it in. You have to buy down the points for these games, and by doing so, you will win guaranteed money. Not playing around. All right, this week I'm gonna go over my top five, my new top five for college football. It's different than General Bob Carpenter because he's a Ohio State homer. I'm a Florida State homer, but I'm a Florida State realist too. Like I don't expect them to be number one right now, but they are in the top five. So I'm gonna go with my number five pick is the Ohio State Buckeyes. I just think they've won. They haven't really played anybody. Oh, my nose itch. Sorry, guys. You know, undefeated. They were highly ranked. I keep them at number five for now. Uh, that that Oregon Washington game is going to be a big game. It's going to move around the top five teams. But in my book, Ohio State's number one. Number four, Penn State. Penn State is doing their thing. They are playing great football right now. Number three, Florida State. I would put them higher, but I'm like, nah, because then people might be talking shit on me about, oh, well, General Bob Carpenter's a homer because he puts Ohio State number one. So I have Florida State number one. I got two is Georgia. Georgia, I know they won the championship, and a lot of people have them number one just off of that mindset of they won 2 times in a row. So that doesn't fucking mean a thing. They don't look that good to me. They look better than Ohio State has looked, but worse than Michigan's looked. You know what I mean? So, and they haven't played anybody. Florida State, at least Florida State's played somebody, but that's why I have Florida State at number 3. Georgia's number 2. Number 1 is the Michigan Wolverines. They're the number 1 team in the nation until they fucking lose. Number 1. That team is naughty. They beat the shit out of people. I mean, they beat players up so bad they don't want to play football no more. All right. That's the type of football I like watching. They run, they play defense, they smack you around, and they say, peace out. We're going to put in our 3rd string quarterback every 4th quarter this year. That's how they're playing. Hopefully, next week I'll have my update on time of the teams. Maybe I'll redo it on Monday after seeing Saturday's performances. So we're going to go through my lock picks for the NFL are the Niners minus 6.5. We got the Dolphins minus 6.5 against the Panthers, and the Eagles minus 6.5 against the Jets. So that's a nice little thing you can put together. That's for your Sunday, win that money. And then my college lock-on picks, again, Alabama, minus 7 over Arkansas. FSU, 12.5 over Syracuse. We got Ohio State, 13.5 over Purdue. And I want to get to, there's some people left comments about what I said about the Angels. Like, listen, dude, I don't want anybody getting hurt in the NFL, especially with a neck injury. I'm just saying the comments that was online on Twitter was that there were Giant fans that were happy Jones got hurt. I'm not happy. That's just what I was reading online. Like, just because I say something I read online doesn't mean I feel that way. I don't feel like fucking it's a good thing Danny Jones hurt his neck. I think it's a good thing that the Giants get to see Tyrod Taylor playing that offense because Danny Jones is not, let's be real, he's not doing good. He's not doing good in the offense. He's not playing well. Let's see what the other guys got. If it's because of injury, okay, I'm sorry he got injured, but it happened. It happened in the NFL. It happens all the time, guys. Like, I'm not clapping anybody's injury. No, I'm not. I'm just saying the Giant fans that were on Twitter were happy about it. Okay, that's all I was saying. All right, and I don't even know why I'm answering, but I'm going to answer because I feel like people were talking a lot of shit in comments. And I know I shouldn't read, my lady says I shouldn't read the comments, but I read them anyway. So keep commenting. And it's a big thing, guys. We are over 500 subscribers this week. 500. Started off with 0 subscribers when this channel started, about the beginning of football season this year. And I'll answer some questions. Yes, I will be covering other sports after football season, but my main thing is, like I tell you guys, I work for a living, so my main focus is on football, especially now because the Braves fucking suck and they lost in their first game of their first series in the playoffs to the Phillies. Whatever, great. Thank you for disappointing season again, Atlanta. Awesome, but I will be covering basketball, MMA. Talking off-season football stuff because there's a lot of things that happen in the off-season. I do think when the NFL season is over, guys, to my 500 subscriber and the thousands that watch, I will be probably doing the show once a week. Maybe probably every Friday I'll be doing a show for like the outlook of the weekend sports that's going to happen with the boxing or MMA, basketball, even XFL football, and there's a lot of stuff. College basketball. There's a lot of stuff I will be working on, but I will also be I'm working to collab with some other YouTubers about sports talk. Some people are specialists in sports other than football, so I can keep this show going on the off season so it doesn't die after the Super Bowl. All right. We're going to figure that out, guys. But the more subscribers I get, the more likes I get, the more, I can do this more freely and open and, put some more attention to detail on this for you guys because, the bigger I am, the more I get. The more I get, the more production and what I can bring into the show gets. All right, guys, this is me. I'm out. Oh, take Colorado tonight, -10. Have a good one.